Hello everybody, Belmont here again, and I just wanted to talk about Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. I for one am very cautiously optimistic about this, because it's not like we haven't been screwed over before in the Resident Evil franchise. I mean, Resident Evil 6 happened, Operation Raccoon City happened, and Resident Evil 5 happened. They strayed so far away from the horror genre and just turned it into an action game, which is not what I want in a Resident Evil game. I want horror. I want true scares. And I'm also, for one, got sick and tired of shoot the big glowing pustules on the enemy to kill it. That just seemed childish. I mean, that's something you would see out of an old school game, not something that you would see out of a brand new out of the box game of current generations, or in this case last generations. It took away all the horror elements. And I know there was the other two Resident Evil games that have come out since then, and it seemed like a step in the right direction, but it didn't seem like there was enough content for me to really get my scare in. And they really, I mean, Capcom has done this time and time again, where they have promised something and have not delivered. Good examples, again, Resident Evil 6, Operation Raccoon City, which I don't even know what they were promising with that. I don't even know what direction they were trying to head in. That was just a terrible game. I mean, if you look at Team Fortress 2 and give it a new coat of paint and a first-player campaign, and there you have Operation Raccoon City. Resident Evil 5 was really disappointing because it just got out from Resident Evil 4, which was one of my favorites of the entire genre. Out of the whole franchise, Resident Evil 4 ranks very high on my list. I mean, granted, there's a lot of moments in it that really didn't give me that many thrills. It didn't give me true terror. And I'm really hopeful that Resident Evil 7 can deliver on this. Capcom has disappointed us time and time again, especially not just with the Resident Evil, but also with Street Fighter. I mean, I was one of those suckers that thought Street Fighter 5 was going to be cool, that it was going to be great, and then when I bought it, it was terrible. At release, it should not have been released in that state. They should have just pushed it back. When a developer pushes back a game, some people complain about it, but me, I'm hopeful for it. It's like, okay, they found something wrong with it, they want to fix it. I'm okay with that. And I think everybody should be too. Because you want to take your time and do it right. Look at Kojima. Kojima is known for being extremely meticulous when it comes to his games. When it comes to his projects, they are his babies. He takes care of them. He nurtures them. If something's wrong, he addresses it and handles it before release. And I think they should take that method and implement it into a lot of today's games. Because there are so many games that just come out so half-baked, half-done, full of glitches, full of bugs, that what's the point of buying a game at release anymore? And I really hope that's not the case with Resident Evil 7. From what I've seen of it, it looks like it's stepping in the right direction. Also adding a little Silent Hill twist, which I love. Especially since how there might not ever be another Silent Hill game. Which, that's terrible. That should be a crime almost. But at the end of the day, I'm not the game developer. I cannot decide what game gets made and what games don't. But I was really hopeful when PT came out that this game was just going to set the world on fire. And in a way, the demo kind of did. It's one of the coolest games you can play. But I'm getting off track. Resident Evil 7. Well, again, from what I've seen, it seems like it has a little that supernatural twist, which is something that I'm hopeful for. But I'm also a little cautious about it, because I don't want this to be I run out and buy the special edition and then turns out it's just a remake of Resident Evil 6, where it just focuses on pulse-pounding action, infinite ammo almost. No, I don't want that. I don't want that in a horror game. I want true scares. What made the first Resident Evil game so scary, so nail-biting, was the fact that ammo was limited. You had to be very cautious on your ammo. And I think that is something that not a lot of games address today, because people, I guess they think that people just want to shoot their name into the wall. No, I don't. I want true scares, because with that lack of ammunition, knowing that there's a hunter that could be just around the corner waiting to rip your head off, when you only have like maybe 10 bullets left, that is true scares. Limited save spaces, also hugely important in those type of games, because then it's like you've gotten so far, you need to get to a save point, you're looking for one, you're frantically looking for a save point, and then all of a sudden you open up the room and there's like 10 hunters, or 10 hunters, 5 lickers, and 2 other crimson heads all coming at you. That, to me, is that's horror. That brings out the fear. That's something that I want to see in Resident Evil 7. I want to see something that's going to make me nervous. Something that's going to make me sweat. Something that's going to drive true terror. And I don't mean the Five Nights at Freddy's boo jump scare type crap either. I'm talking about true suspense. Something where you're frantic and you make a mistake, and that one mistake can cost you. And you realize it before you die. That you need to go back and try to fix that mistake, but then there's other obstacles in your way, and it just builds up the suspense and makes you anxious. That should be what Resident Evil should be about. Be about scares. Be about something that frightens you to the bone. And once again, Capcom has lost their trust with me. I have no trust in them. They have messed with us time and time again. For all we know, this demo could just be a slap in the face. They could just sit there, tease us along with this great, demo, this great gameplay features, trailers, and then when it comes out, it winds up being nothing but a bunch of crap. I hope that's not the case, but it is a possibility. I'm asking all of you that are watching us right now to be trepidatious, be cautious. Don't just run out and pre-order it immediately, because that's what Capcom wants. They want us to pre-order these games without even knowing if they're good or not. They want us to just run blindly at the stores with our money, saying, "Shut up and take our money." Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait. I'm going to show patience. Patience can be a virtue in many situations, especially in the video game world. Look at all the people that didn't run out and buy Street Fighter V when they realized that the lack of a first player story mode, when they realized that almost everything on it was broken. By the time everything's all fixed up, guess what? The game's like $30 cheaper. You just saved $30 by exhibiting some patience. Congratulations, you're intelligent. That's how it's done. Look at all the people that run out and buy any little game that comes out that's pre-ordered, pays $100 for the damn thing, and then winds up it's a big pile of turd. Just compressed poopy right along inside that disc. So I'm going to be cautious about Resident Evil 7. From what I've seen of it so far, it looks fantastic. It looks like it's going to be great. But I'm going to hold off. I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon just yet. I want to see how it comes out at release. So unless they come out with the really super sweet pre-order deal, such as, you know, adding a really cool statue or something really cool that makes it worth my money just to buy the item itself, such as with Doom. When Doom's special pre-order came out with that little figure, that I thought was really cool. To me, that statue alone was worth the whole $100 for that, plus a good game. Yes, Doom is an excellent game. It is a return to form for Doom. And I hope that they do the same with Resident Evil. I know it's two different companies completely, but I hope it goes along the same route. That it's just a return to form. Return to what made you good. Like say with Street Fighter, you want to make Street Fighter good again? Well, stop doing this arcade edition, super arcade edition, because it makes the previous editions that came out like a couple of months earlier, it makes them nothing but a glorified coaster. And even to the point where video game stores won't even take them back. That's literally a slap in our face saying, haha, you paid $60, smack, smack. Oh, here's a $40 expansion pack. That's a completely separate disc, even though you could have just easily patched it in to the original. But no, we want you to spend an extra $40. And then we're going to come out with another version that's even better 2 weeks later. Well, you'll have to pay another $40. Again, sorry I got off track, but it's the same company, so I'm a little irritated with that company's works as of the past few years. And that's what makes me cautious about Resident Evil. And I'm also kind of wondering, what is the international title? Because I know in Japan it's called Biohazard. Are they going to call it Biohazard 7 Biohazard? Or perhaps Spiritual Biohazard? I don't know. I don't live in Japan, so I can't say what the title's going to be. But Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, which from what I've seen, that is going to be the title of it. I'm very, very hopeful that this game is a true return to form for Resident Evil. If it's not, Capcom, this is your last chance. If you botch this, if you screw this up, if you screw us again, you will be out at least one person, meaning me. I will never buy another Capcom game again if you screw this up. Okay? We clear. We need to be crystal clear on that. Don't screw it up. Please. Okay, now that that's all taken care of, stay tuned for the next episode, which I will be addressing a new franchise coming into the gaming world. Friday the 13th. Oh boy, the NES memories are coming back to me. Well, maybe this one will be different. Until then, be good to yourselves.